Hey, drop.
All right, guys. Welcome to episode 17 and the last one for fall sports of the Buchanan County Sports Podcast. Going to go over the cross country from last Saturday. I mean, we kind of touched on it a little bit last week, but didn't have the full results and everything. And we also was going to have both players of the week on here, Keyston and Ella. Ella, unfortunately, had to. Well, not unfortunately for us, but great for her. She had another visit today. They're heading to Radford today and tomorrow. So that's another
Good
one
for her.
She's well over a handful now. And I do believe that they have decided that they will come here and we'll set something up for them and stuff. So that'll be real good. She'll make the decision. And I said, just don't tell nobody. Just tell her to keep it to herself what she decides. And that way everybody can be surprised.
Yeah.
But looking back at last week, I've got them here as team results. We'll go down Grundy. Of course, both the boys and the girls team competed, and Destiny finished 28th with a time of 22:31. Veronica,
whatever her last name is,
36th at 23:17. Leah, 59th at 24:49. Ava Ward, 25:10. Kelly Ratliff, 26:15. Ella Robertson, 28:31. And Reagan Boyd, 29:56. And then with the boys, we had Keyston finishing 4th at 16:12. And man, that boy won it, I think it was like 15 something. Man, it was unreal. He just blew away the competition, and kudos to Keyston because, he was, battling the injury and everything.
Yeah, he's been battling injury all season.
Yeah, and still was able to get through it and finish 4th in the state. Quite an accomplishment. Jacob Fields at 2015 finished 76th. Braden Conaway 2051 at 84th. White Street at 85th, 2054. Jacob Smeltzer, 2209. Lucas Vance, 2315. And Ryder Anderson, 2405. On the council, of course, the council had two athletes, two runners there. Ella finished 5th in the girls with a time of 1956. I mean, she basically right on what she had done the previous weeks, that high 19 time. And
once again, the winner of that one was, she's so far ahead anyway. So.
Unfortunately for her, Ella gave it all she had, and there's going to be times like that. You're going to run your absolute best race, and there's just going to be someone a little bit better. And
she's been fighting a hip injury, knee injury,
and still coming out, finishing 5th. If she got to run 3 races. One district, one regionals, and finished 5th in state. I mean, I don't think anybody can knock that, ain't Rodney?
No, not at all.
And then, of course, Jacob Ray finished 30th with a time of 18:14. Another great performance by him.
He done real well.
Yeah, done really well. All these athletes, as far as through district and regional, everything was like so quick. It was like district, regionals, and then state, within like a 3-week span. But got any comments, Tim, on that?
I'm a cross country dad, and I love cross country just because of sportsmanship of cross country. If you was there and when you seen them male or female cross that start finish line, they was exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
usually have them like they got like a carpet laid out there as you cross the line, and they're just like
they're
drained,
falling,
man. They're falling to the ground.
So my wife and I was talking. Other than cross country, what other sport do you think works every muscle in your body? Other than cross country, wrestling. We work every muscle in your body.
With the exception of another sport being running wise,
But in wrestling, you've got 6 minutes. In cross country, 18, 19 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot difference there.
Yeah.
But it's unreal how much your body goes through them 18, 19 minutes. It's unreal. Every muscle, lungs. Can you imagine your lungs? And it was very hot. It wasn't very hot, but it was warm there.
It was a beautiful day.
A beautiful day. It wasn't cold. They could breathe good.
You know, district at council was not perfect. You know, regionals at Wise was not perfect.
No,
but
right.
I'm telling you, the state was wonderful. It was a great day. Sure was. My wife, she of course came with me, and she thoroughly enjoyed it that day and stuff. Rodney, got any thoughts on the cross country this year? What you've seen and everything?
I've
with
not
these
really
athletes?
been exposed to it enough to really have an opinion. I liked what I did see.
Yeah.
I'd listened to Tim a lot talk about the camaraderie among the kids.
Yeah.
Despite the colors and the jerseys that they were wearing. And, you know, when you hear it, but witnessing it takes it to a whole new level. I mean, it was just unreal how supportive that each team was of other teams and their own runners and stuff.
Yeah.
So next year, I'll be paying a whole lot more attention to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and you know what Tim has said and everything. It goes far beyond, you know, just rooting for, you know, Grundy rooting for a Hurley runner or Hurley rooting for a council runner or whatever it may be. It goes far beyond that. It goes, I would be even willing to say, even farther than Southwest Virginia. And, you know, I seen some of them come up and like they had this stage and, you know, they get the 15th one up, 14th, and they all stand there, all 15 of them. And as they come up, you know, fist bump
go all the way down.
and they're all congratulating each other. And I see it as they know exactly how much work it takes to be up there and be one of those top 15. And, you know, they respect each of them. I do believe that. I believe each runner respects it.
One good thing about come out of this year is the girls cross country Eastside Spartans are the state champions for our area. So that's one good thing. You know, they're not that far away. Eastside isn't, and they come out. The girls come out and won the state championship. So and that was out of our region. So I'm very proud of the Eastside Spartans too. Congratulations on them.
I've never really figured out exactly how they figure these points up, but it kind of reminds me of golf. You know, the lower score is the better. Eastside 55, Auburn 66. So whatever that point system is, or how they figure that up, it wasn't very close at all.
Ever how many kids it takes when you start off running? If you have 5 or 6 ladies, like in this, it's how close they finish further than the other teams.
Yeah.
So the second place has to be finishing closer than the first place.
Yeah.
So all 5 of them kids had to be pretty good average.
And you know, I seen Ella. Ella was having it, you know, having a hard time after the race and everything.
Senior.
Disappointed, I guess. Maybe, you know, some reminiscing. You know, it being the last cross country race, and they were coaches and players and stuff coming up to her and stuff. And,
that's what I'm saying, man. It's the best thing in the world.
She had that time. She had that time, I guess, to herself. You know, really looked to me like she was literally down on her knees out in the grass there, just her and I would, you know, I'd venture to say God. You know, just that time of, you know, maybe being thankful for, you know, all the blessings that she has had this year and stuff and yet to come.
Well, she's clear to run now, so let's see what she does in the indoor track.
Yeah.
So
and then, you know, they was she had her mom, and, you know, she came over and tried to console her and everything, and but it was a great day for sure.
Oh yeah, it was great for all Buchanan County sports that day.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a good day.
But we was, like I said, we was going to have Ella on today, but she's at Radford today and tomorrow.
You can't be.
Had, Lord, I don't know what the list is now, Emory, Wise, Radford. There's numerous ones. I can't even begin to remember them all, but it's well over a handful now.
I seen Radford talking to her up there
Yeah.
at state, so I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, we've got Keyston going to be on with us today, and going to kind of look ahead at winter sports. It's coming up. You know,
Yeah, man.
Grundy wrestling was out yesterday and had, I guess you would call it a scrimmage.
That's what they call
Do they
it.
still refer to it as
Yeah.
that in wrestling as well?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
I know from seeing post that Taz had, I think it
he
was
done well.
good from top to bottom yesterday. Pretty.
Yeah, just one that's come out of me, and I already told you, Talon Looney got beat, but the kid that beat him was a top-ranked athlete.
Yeah.
And if you want to get beat by somebody right now, it's a good time to get beat by them because it kind of makes you want to work a little bit harder to get better.
For sure. Rodney, you know, we're kind of don't have a whole lot to talk about here at the first of the show. So I was thinking, you know, before the show we was talking about the radio and about basketball season. Would you like to maybe touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, basketball season, it's just around the corner, and as always, it's our hopes that we can get the games on. Of course, that takes help. It cost us money to get these games on, so we're going to be out knocking on doors, doing some soliciting, trying to get sponsors on board for this final season to get these kids the recognition that they deserve. I'm aiming for around 20 to 21, 22 regular season games, and any postseason runs that any school makes, we'll stick with them as long as it lasts, as far as they go. So be looking for us to come knocking on your door, and hopefully we can make this happen. I'm excited about it, ready to get it going for sure.
It's going to be quite a few games each week. Then, you know, if you're looking at around 20,
it's going to be busy.
Yep, quite a bit. Definitely hope you good luck with that, and we can get that done and everything. And I think Tim's going to be maybe helping you some.
I will be helping him. That's how that goes when it comes to basketball time. I'm just the chauffeur.
I don't know. He does good. Rodney won't brag on himself, but Rodney does a great job.
He's
he's very professional.
He's an important man.
He's very professional on radio, and he knows how to talk to sponsorship on radio. He knows how to talk to his sponsors, how to announce to sponsors. He don't give his enough credit, and I know that. He knows that. He's hard on himself, but he does an excellent job for the kids, and it's just not certain 2 or 3. He does it good for everybody because he does a really good job, and without him, WMJD wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
I mean, he's took the radio station. Of course, Derek's been sick, and he's really took the radio station.
You know, the radio station had some pretty low times there a couple of years ago. You know, it was looking like you know, we might not have it no more.
And it's still
out
not out of the woods at all, by no means. But it's this time of year. This is the time of year that we hold our breath trying to make it to.
Yeah.
Once we can make it to December and wrestling comes around, basketball comes around, that's when we can start to breathe a little bit easier for a while. But then after February, it's a long run from February to August.
Oh, my
It
goodness.
really is.
It cannot be done without sponsorship.
Yeah.
And we've got some great people in Buchanan County. Some of them's already touched base with Rodney, but we need about 10 sponsors for just basketball this year. And Rodney's got a package together. If you want to sponsor basketball, you need to get a hold of Rodney. Text him, message him on Facebook Messenger, or call him at the radio station. Do something, because he needs 10 good businesses to go on the radio. And this is not just Grundy. He's not just doing Grundy. He's doing Twin Valley. He's doing Early.
Just like with football,
doing Council.
even more so than football, because you're only dealing with 3 schools during football season.
And sometimes you get double dose. Sometimes he throws girls in there.
Yeah, and I will say this, in no means is this this is not to toot my own horn, but with what Tim was talking about, needing the sponsors, that is not me nor Tim getting paid. When we go broadcast these basketball games, I can assure you there is no money changes hands. I don't pay myself to go do these basketball games. It is 110% for the kids that's dedicated the time to learn the game, to get sharper, to get better. It's the final year for the schools. We know that. You have seniors. This is their last year, not only for their school, but their school's going to be closed. If there has ever been a time where we need it, right now is when it's needed. So, and before I forget what time we're talking about it, you all had mentioned about the basketball or the wrestling team scrimmage earlier. I was out and about yesterday and saw something that just, as soon as I opened the doors, I was all smiles. And that is with what Grundy Varsity Lady Wave, their team is already coming together. Doc Looney, I think this is the second or third time he's already had the girls together. They went and watched the U-Pike ball game yesterday, and the camaraderie that he's building. A lot of these girls, they've been together since, 4th or 5th grade, but he has newcomers. Mm-hmm. And with them newcomers, it's fully immersed before games start. You know, they're one big cohesive unit and a family away from the ball court. I seen them at Double Quick yesterday, and every one of them girls was just smiles and laughs and happy to be there and stuff. So I enjoyed seeing that. I loved it. It got me excited. I said, oh, it's almost here, you know. So Doc, thank you for what you do with these girls, not just on the courts, but on your own time as well.
You know, that builds good team chemistry and everything as far as doing that. And I've seen in the past, he's had players at his house and everything, and
the same group,
different events. I remember when he coached the boys and everything. It wasn't nothing to have them all over for a Super Bowl party or something, and that's what it's all about, to build that basically family. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you'll have teams and there'll be little issues among players or whatever, but if you build that closeness, and that bond, that's very important.
So you have his wife Dee. Mm-hmm. She pushes that a whole lot with him. So we got to give Dee a shout out, because she's the one who pushes all that to be a family.
Behind every
good man is a good woman. So Dee,
sometimes an even better one.
she does well, and she pushes Doc to do that limit.
And with the hours that Doc works and stuff, and then come home, a business owner, and still doing that, treating these kids the way he does, I don't have enough words to say how much that I appreciate and respect the man for what he does. He is 100% in and dedicated to his players and his team, for sure. And you can tell that the players love being around him. They respect him. I mean, I saw some photos, and it just it's heartwarming to see that it's not show up on Monday, we're going to play a ball game and then go home. It's I'm here for you before, during, and after the games. We're going to do it together.
That's a true definition of a coach.
I mean, he's not only a coach, he's a friend, and he's a good Christian. So with you having a good coach and a good friend, and him being a Christian on top of it, you don't get no better than that. So I'm like you, Rodney. I've known Doc for a long time, and I can't say nothing but good about him and the morale that the kids have, the girls have on that team. I just think he's just going to take them and do great things with them.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to take this time to thank all three of the football coaches in the county, Tommy Krieger, Zach Deal, and Keegan Bartley, for letting us use a helmet this season. And actually, Tommy told me I could have this one. Zach told me I could have this one. Keegan told me I could have this one as long as I said these words: Grundy is superior to Hurley.
Again, quoted by Keegan Bartley.
I'm reading it verbatim there. And
that sounds like Coach Bartley.
That was a LOL after, so I'm sure he was kidding, but
you did it.
But really appreciate them. Appreciate all the coaches that have came on during the fall season. Hopefully we can get more on for the winter season and everything. You've got all together, well, with the exception of one that don't have a team. You've got seven basketball teams. You've got wrestling. You've got indoor track, and as far as I know, there's only one indoor track in the county. I do believe, because
I think that's all they are.
I don't think there's
only one.
I don't think there's any more.
But there's more.
Try to get as many as possible on here within the next few, couple of weeks. We'll try to line that out. Have the girls' coaches on here, the boys' coaches. I think I probably won't do nothing with wrestling, because I think you have something planned with Coach Pfizer.
Yeah, I've reached out to him, but he's so busy right now. But we will be doing an interview with Coach Pfizer at the wrestling gym.
That'll be awesome.
That's the dates to be determined, but it's coming.
And of course, at the end of every episode, we have all of our sponsors in the video at the end, and we definitely appreciate them. The shirts that we got from
Hometown
Vinyl in Grundy,
just popping.
as far as the banner and the polo shirts, and we really appreciate them and all the other sponsors. Quite a few to name off right offhand. Yeah. Definitely want to thank Southern Gap Outdoor Adventures up here at the Visitor Center for allowing us to do the podcast up here. We've ran into a few times that we've had issues, and we want to also thank Bellacino's for allowing us to go and be a secondary location there.
Yep.
And definitely appreciate Greg and Amy for that.
Food Dude.
Home Acre. They've also are a great sponsor. Yep. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but they're all on the end of the video. Ball stick,
sealing and striping.
Yeah. And we're definitely going to be reaching out to some more as well,
yes.
Because we've got some big plans at the end of the year for all the, for the athletes in the county at the end of the year. And we'll have more on that later, but we'll move on to the Player of the Week. Okay, guys, we're back here with Keyston Hartford, Player of the Week this week. Last Saturday, went to Salem for the state championship. Came out with a time of 16:12, finished 4th. Glad to have you here today, Keyston.
Glad to be here.
Yep. Tim?
Bittersweet, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Bittersweet. I don't have a lot of questions, but I just have things in my mind because senior, last time you ever run cross country, everybody had high hopes. So what? You didn't win. You fit an injury all year long. But to place 4th with your injury was awesome.
Yeah.
I would love for you to win. Don't get me wrong. But with you having an injury like you had, that you still have, it was awesome just for you to place 4th. People don't realize what you do.
Yeah.
People don't realize at 6 o'clock in the morning you're up running. Then you're running after school, but then you're hurt. People don't see that. They just see Keyston Hartford.
Yep.
State champion last year, 4th place this year.
Yeah.
They don't understand what the difference it was,
Yeah, definitely.
So last time, it's not the last time you're going to put on Grundy's shirt because you'll use the same one
Yeah.
for outdoor track and stuff. So there's a lot more running coming, indoor
Definitely.
and outdoor track
Yeah.
for you. Same training? You going to do the same training? You going to mix it up any? Or
it'll change a little bit. It'll change a lot once I'm back running. Like right now, it's just, and then cross country training wasn't consistent, wasn't very good. But it'll change a lot when I'm back, and it does change a little bit from cross country to track. Like track's more about speed, and cross country's more about having your endurance, your legs under you. So it changes a little bit.
so indoor track's coming up.
Yeah.
You just finished your cross country season as a senior. Bittersweet, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Like I tell these guys, cross country is the best sport in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it. What's your thoughts on after you had all the hype, you finished 4th? That's a big high. That's awesome. Finished 4th in 100 some kids. That's awesome in our state. What after you ran your cool down lap and finally sat down and you got your medal? What went through your mind?
I guess just it's over. And then, just thinking about cross country, I'm done. But then after that, knowing I didn't win, that was hard because I had such high expectations for myself all season. So it's more like once I sat down and thought about it, I was like, well, now I'm just going to work as hard as I can to win during indoor, make up for it.
So that will push you more.
Yeah, definitely.
Providing that you're healthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you said on the indoor, have you ran a full season before?
No, since I played basketball, I would just go to basketball, just play basketball, and then when basketball was over, I'd start to train a little bit and try to get a little bit.
So this will be
ready
like
for
your
state.
first
Yeah,
season,
this will be my first actual
devoting
season.
the whole time to
Yeah.
it. Okay.
I'm excited because indoor's a lot of fun, and I've just never really ran it, but I'm so excited to actually run.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping when they had the new school up here, we'd have indoor track.
Yeah.
in a new school.
Yeah.
I was hoping pray we would, but we're not.
Yeah, I was hoping they'd either have that or pool because during winter, running
Nothing
on,
to do.
Running on a treadmill or riding a bike all the time, that's hard. That gets boring.
In our track, it's too cold to run on the
Yeah.
track. So, but just going over some cross country events, districts you didn't run but a lap because you didn't have to.
Yeah,
And close you want to keep your hip better. Then you went to regions and done very well.
yeah.
Very well, regions. And then what was your thought when you come out of regions?
Going into state, you always want to win. That's always the goal. But it was also, I want to make sure I don't get injured or anything or push myself and then not be able to run indoor. That was more. And going into state, we kind of said the same thing. We said we're just going to go out slow and just build and see where we can get by the end of the race. And that's what we did. We started out and I think I was in 18th the first mile.
It was.
Just build up. In a fourth. That's good.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
You went from 18th to 4th.
Yeah.
That's pretty daggone good.
Yeah. You learn a lot. Even people don't like to look at it, but those races that are hard and you don't win, or those races that don't go exactly how you want, you learn a lot more from them than the times you win.
So after the race, you went and got something to eat the team, as
Yeah.
a team.
Yeah.
Y'all stayed all night as a team, done stuff. You rode go-karts
Yeah.
as a team.
Yeah.
That'd been pretty good.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's stress relief, right?
Yeah.
So you took your anger out on somebody else. I'm on Ricky or whatever. So I love the team building.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That Coach Bain and Phil does. That's two people don't get enough credit.
Yeah, definitely.
Christina Bain and Phil, they're great.
Yeah.
And they even run right with them,
Yeah.
right with you guys. That's even better.
And then they ride go-karts with us too.
Yeah, they ride go-karts. They're great. I'm so excited for you. I've watched you grow from a little bitty boy all the way up to where you are to a young man now. And I'm so excited to see where you're going to go. God's got a plan for you. Maybe winning last Saturday wasn't in God's plan.
Yeah.
And that's something we got to accept.
Yeah.
Still don't make us like it.
No, but
We got to accept it.
that doesn't. I think that's the. It makes, if you look at everything like that, it makes anything a lot easier to accept. Losing, that's okay, because if I win or lose, that doesn't define how much God loves me. That's really all that matters.
That's all.
That's you're gonna make me cry. That's great coming from a senior in high school.
Yeah.
You devoted your life to God anyway. You got baptized and all that, and that's great. That's what Coach Bostick told us. What was the greatest thing ever happened on that football field at Grundy High School? You know what he said?
The revival.
The revival when everybody got baptized.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that's special. That's something nobody can take away from anybody. So that's great. So we rode go-karts. We have team building. Stayed all night, come back Sunday. First day back to school. I bet everybody went crazy when they seen you.
They were all a good job and everything, but it not too
You're
bad.
not gonna brag
Not
like
It's
crazy.
just another day for
Just another day for Keyston.
Just another race.
That's good. I can't wait to watch you run indoor, because there's some great things that you're going to do at the indoor,
Yep.
and there's some great things you're going to do outdoor too. I cannot wait to watch you run them two sports, because there's a lot of things that you do that shows the other ones what they can do to be like you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people looks up to you. A lot of young kids. Our middle school looks up to you. There's a lot of them looks up to you, and you talk to them all. That's what I like. You talk to every one of your teammates. You talk to the JV or the middle schoolers. You talk to them. That's what
awesome.
I like.
Because I'm sure Keyston remembers this, how it felt to go and have like a 11th or 12th grader come up to you and talk to you about something or whatever. And I'm sure them kids, that means the world to them.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember being young and playing, especially playing basketball, being in sixth grade and watching Cade, who's so much older than me, and they'd come talk to me, and I just remember being over the moon. So I always wanted to be like that.
Yeah,
Paying it forward.
Paying it forward. And that's what it's all about. I can sit here and talk to you all day long about sports, because you're just sport minded. Had the big send-off for you guys. That was special.
Yeah, that was awesome.
County deputy was escorting y'all out. Man, we had some parents there, and your mom always heads that up.
Yeah.
Your mom always heads that up. She always gets up with us all, and that's a big boost. You know,
Yeah.
you got the county behind you and the Grundy people behind you. It's just, you know, Michael and I was there when you crossed that start-finish line at state. You had everything in you drained out.
Yeah.
You was dead. I mean,
Yeah.
you put everything in it that you could, because you can just see on your body where you drained. And I don't think you could put another ounce of effort into what you done, because you was drained.
Yeah.
So like you said, at the mile, you was in a mile and you was 18th. How do you?
I remember looking at that screen and seeing it, and I'm like, oh my God, you know.
How can you visualize? Because I know you wear a watch,
Yeah.
and you all of you guys do.
Yeah.
So that's what you look at. Look at it a mile in. You look at your time. But you was 18th. So 2 miles later, you was 4th.
Yeah.
Did you get faster?
Yeah, that was
That
the
was the kick-in part.
yeah. So what we did was we went out. The first mile was like conservatively. We just kind of decided we're going to go 8. We're going to be somewhere between 15th and 20th place, and I ended up in 18th or something like that. So we knew we was going to do that, and then every 1,000 meters we would pick it up just a little bit and a little bit, and then the last 1,000 just give it everything and see how far you can get up there.
And you did.
Yeah.
You did. I seen you kick it pretty tough.
Yeah.
When you seen that start and finish, well, the finish line, not the start line, but that finish line, man, you kicked it hard. I
Yeah.
seen you do that. I don't know how you done it. I mean, because you was running hard.
Yeah.
Then it's just like you seen the finish line, you just kicked it again, like more speed came. I was like, man, I know you couldn't hold that back.
Yeah.
I just know you was wide open. But I am so proud of you. I don't care if you was 18th, finished 18th. You were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many times have you placed in the state?
Cross country.
Yeah,
or,
just cross country.
So that was my 4th time. I've placed all 4 years.
So freshman, what would you place freshman?
8th,
All right, 8th. Sophomore,
3rd,
junior,
1st,
then senior.
4th.
So that's
Wow.
pretty good stats.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stats.
I'm going to assume that's pretty good stats for a recruiter to look at too.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's all going good. I'm just trying to keep my options open and trying to figure
Yeah.
out where I want to be, but it's going well.
I'm going to assume
I'm
you're
enjoying
looking
it.
at potentially doing multiple sports as far as cross country, track.
Oh yeah, cross country and indoor and then outdoor. So
Yeah.
all 3. That's the plan.
So was there any recruiters talking to you?
At the meet?
Yeah, after the
there was
state
a
meet?
couple. Most
Yeah.
of them, like, it's people I've already talked to and contacts and everything. So there's a few.
Good. I'm excited to see what you're doing, what to
Okay.
do, where you're going. I'm excited for that. If you could change anything in cross country from your freshman year to your senior year, what would you change? I know it's a hard question.
On the running side, I guess I would focus on it more. Like, there was a lot of times where, well, I mean, before I really started to love running, there was a lot of times that I cared a lot more about basketball than I did running. And then once I fell in love with running, that wasn't the case, but it took a little while. So I guess if somebody would have told me, like, focus on running a little bit, that would have been great. But, I mean, that was God's plan, so I ended up where I am today. Like, and that was okay. Like, I enjoyed playing basketball, so that's okay. And then, but on the other side, I guess just taking it in, like everything, like being in the hotel or on the bus and just taking it in more with all my teammates.
Soaking it in, being a senior.
Because there's a lot of times you don't realize, like, and then when you look up, it's like over. So
Enjoy it,
yeah,
because when it's over, it's over.
yeah,
Especially your senior year. Enjoy it. Soak it up. That's what I told him.
yeah,
I said, enjoy your senior year with your friends.
Yeah.
Because when it's over, it's over.
Yep.
I mean, you guys y'all are a close-knit class anyway.
yeah,
Some of y'all are real
Yeah.
close. So just stay in touch with each other and enjoy it. And let this year, from here on out, be about you guys.
yeah,
You seniors. Don't worry about the hype, everybody going up here to Southern Gap.
Yep.
It's about you seniors, though.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's about you guys graduating and spreading your wings to fly wherever you go. So enjoy every minute of it. Soak it up. I'm going to be there indoor track watching. I'll
yeah.
be there.
I'm excited.
And
for
I'm
sure.
excited. And I know Grundy High School's excited because they know how good you run. I know you're not playing basketball, and that's going to be hard for Rodney and I not seeing you on a basketball court. But I completely understand
Yeah.
because you want to focus on running.
Yeah.
And that team, they'll miss you too.
Yeah.
That basketball team will miss
I mean, I'm going to miss all of them. Like,
Yeah.
all my teammates, I love all of them.
you. Oh yeah,
So,
and they love you.
yeah.
They love you.
You know, last week, at state, so many runners. I mean, that's especially, seniors. You get there, it's your senior year, and, everybody there's got their hopes of coming out with a state championship.
Yeah.
How is that perspective for someone like you that has literally already been to the top of that mountain, and you're not like, oh God, I've got to get that, that state championship, you've already got it. Does that make the stress that comes along with that a little easier?
Oh, I think definitely. I think that takes the pressure off you. Like, because for me, like my sophomore year, I knew I had a chance to win. I just remember being so close and so like stressed out about winning that it's hard to enjoy something whenever you're worried about one thing. And then my junior year, I don't know how, but I just like let it go. And it was just like I just went in and I was like, whatever happens, happens. If I come out and I win, then good. And if I don't, that's okay, because I'll still have another year. And I think that just makes running easier. Like if you don't, like a lot of people want to go into stuff and be like, I have to win. But I think if you look at it and you're like, I'm just going to go out there and run the best I can today and not whatever, then I think it just makes running or basketball or whatever you're doing so much easier.
My next question was going to be, if you could change the way things have worked out over the last 4 years as far as those finishes that you mentioned to us, would you change them? It sounds to me like no. You would rather go ahead and have that state championship early.
Yeah,
than to have all that stress laid on you that last year of trying to get it.
Not that, like, I wouldn't change any of it because it led to where I am now.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
And like, say I would have won my sophomore year, I probably wouldn't have worked as hard my junior year if I hadn't won last year, and then I got hurt somehow this year, and then I would have just been out of it completely. So no, I wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah. Tim, you got anything else?
I'm just proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Definitely.
You're a God-fearing man. I love that. I love you. I'm glad you got God in your life. I'm glad you made that decision because that's the best decision you ever made in your life.
Definitely.
There are big things coming. Just be patient. That's what I tell everybody.
Everything's in God's time.
Yeah. If we knew what God had in store for you or me, we'd mess it up.
Yeah.
Because we want it now.
That's true.
We want it now. So it was God's timing last year for you best cross-country state champion.
Yeah.
And it's his timing this year. You could not even been there, but you worked for it.
Yeah.
You was, hurt. So it was great that you be able to get back and finish fourth is just as good as finish fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's how we looked at it too. I mean, really, second, third, fourth, fifth, it doesn't matter. They're all the same to me.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm so proud of you, Keyston. You know how I feel about you. I've talked to you before every meet, before every time you ran, and make sure you was ready, and you was always ready and going. And I just, like I said, you're a good young man, and main thing you put God first.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thanks for coming on.
Thank you all for having me.
Congratulations,
Thank
man,
you.
on a great season.
Player of the week.
Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate you. I love you. You know that.
All righty, guys. Boy, that was a good interview, wasn't it, with Keyston? Quite an impressive young man for sure. I thought you was going to cry there once. Man, that was something.
He's a good young man, I tell you. And when you start talking about the Lord at his age,
yeah, I'm telling you, it's been something to hear a lot of these younger kids this last 3 months while we've been doing this. You always heard about the bad things. Everybody wants to talk about kids are this and kids are that, and they are some out there that maybe is taking the wrong paths, and doing things that they ain't supposed to do. But come up here every now and then and listen to some of these kids we have on.
Yeah, and anybody's welcome to come up here and
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. It's quite humbling, that's
It
for
is.
sure.
It is.
Yeah. But guys, winter sports is getting ready to take off. I know Rodney's excited for basketball. You know, I've reached out to the coaches and everything, and actually didn't know some of them. It turns out that Twin Valley's coach is Ryan. Correct? Am I correct?
Ryan White.
Ryan White,
Braden's daddy.
Braden's dad. And from my understanding, from speaking to Dalton, that they've got about 11. From my understanding, looks like they've got about 12 on JV. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, so sounds like that's working out pretty good. And you know, we definitely know Braden will be a big part of that and everything. Super athlete, and be interesting to see what all they've got at Twin Valley this year, and hopefully they can put together quite a few wins up there. Unfortunately, we can't say the same for the girls' side. They will not be having a varsity program, and that's so sad. If you think back just about 10 years ago, you know, you've seen this program in the state when Tommy was coaching them, and it's a sad thing to know that, you know, in the final year, and they've had a lot of good teams, they really have, and to be going out with, you know, not having a varsity squad. Do have a JV team, which is kind of odd, but no varsity squad. I know.
Wow.
I know you've got family and stuff up there at the school as far as the kids and stuff, and very close to that school, and it's quite something to know they ain't going to have a girls team this year.
Yeah, I hate it, you know, with the doors closing on all the schools, and not to be repetitive, but I mean, you hit the nail on the head to see them close up and end the school's history, you know, without having a girls team representing them. It's sad.
Yeah, and you know, I think we'll actually just touch on Grundy will be the last one that will, because they've got a lot more sports. But with Twin Valley, you know, you've got the boys basketball not having a girls team. As far as I know, they don't do the indoor track, and of course, you know, Grundy's the only one with wrestling in the county. So that'll be the only varsity program for Twin Valley.
Wow.
Through winter sports, you know. Definitely sad to see that they don't have a girls team this year.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that for the school.
Yeah. Definitely glad to see the turnout. I was very impressed with that when I spoke with them about that they, you know, 11 and 12 on boys. That's really good. Mm-hmm. And you know, of course, at any given time, if something happened, they've got quite a JV program as far as to pull from. If they got some ninth graders on that team that they could pull up late in the season. Hurley, I you know, kept hearing different things about their numbers. You know, I won't really say no names, but you know, I heard that there was some that wasn't gonna play. Mm-hmm. And I'm not really for sure if they did or not, but I know the numbers are, you know, 10 boys.
That's a good number.
That's definitely, you always look for 10 or 12. You know, you get under 10, you're one injury or two injuries away from being in a lot of trouble there. And the same number on the girls, from my understanding, 10 girls. No JV team either for the girls. I don't know about the boys. Never did hear on that, but definitely will have 2 varsity squads. And of course, with Hurley, same as Twin Valley, they don't do the indoor track, and of course no wrestling. Moving on to council, another one that had quite a bit of concern about, and they do have relatively low numbers, but it looks like about 8 each.
Girls and boys.
Girls and boys.
Now last year they did not have a girls team.
Yep.
So now they went to 8. That's good.
Of course, and no JV on the girls. Not sure about the boys. Never received any word on that. Well,
that's good.
Definitely glad.
Varsity teams, though. Definitely
glad of that. You know, you had the whole situation that, you know, I hate to be repetitive, but you know, with Ella and everything, you know, going to a different school last year to play and everything that entailed. We've we've done beat that horse dead by now, you know. So I'm so thankful that in her senior year and any of these other girls that didn't get to play last year that could play this year in their senior year, that they all can get out there and, you know, have that senior year on basketball for sure.
Yeah.
And to move on to Grundy, from what I understand, about 9 boys, very possibly going to move 2 up from the JV, possibly. Looks like about 13 JV players, so they can definitely
pull some.
You can definitely pull some, but 9 for certain, from my understanding. 12 girls on the varsity, no JV team there either. It's such a weird time and everything, the way these numbers are. But I know earlier in the show we mentioned about Doc having the varsity girls out to UPike and doing a little team building, I guess. And you know, we done spoke on that earlier in the show about, you know, that's something that he's always done a lot of, and real good group of girls. We've seen most of them during volleyball, so you know.
Yes, you have.
And
most of them's been on this show.
Yeah.
Tim, with that coaching change, I know these girls, they know one another, where they've been around for so long. But under the last few years, you know, they were accustomed to the way Coach Webb done things. They come off of a 13-10 season last year under Coach Webb. Do you see it slowing them down any at all, having a new coach? I mean, I know Doc knows his stuff, but in your opinion, does that hamper the way they attack the first part of the season?
No, because they're already ready. Because he's been working with them 6 o'clock in the mornings and like Mondays and Wednesdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays. He's already working with them, and most of the girls already know his style. And his coaching style is, we're going to run the gun. We're going to run the floor. If we got to slow it down, we're going to slow it down. So, but Doc his coaching style is like, if we got to slow it down, we're going to set up, we're going to run plays, and we're going to execute.
Yeah.
That's just the way Doc is. But if he can run that floor, he's going to run the floor too. So, and he's got a group that will run that floor, you know, with Jade handling the ball and stuff. She'll run the floor for him. So it's going to be interesting. But as of just Doc coming in, Doc's probably changed a few things. He probably has, to his coaching style.
It's got to be a little bit of a change. You know, dealing with, you know, all the years that he was boys coach and now girls. And, you know, they are a difference. They are a difference in the way you coach them, the way you talk to them, the way you interact with them. And, I mean, that's no knock at all. It's just people are different, you know. And I'm sure he will make his style. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here, but, you know, as far as
his coaching style will be on, they'll learn his coaching style.
Oh, yeah.
Because now he gets mad, he shows it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something Coach Webb never did do, I don't think. Did you, Ron? Did you, Rodney?
I didn't see that level of emotion. And I'm not taking anything away at all, but no. And that's something that is going to be another question when we swap over to the boys' side.
Yeah.
So
it's all different.
Yeah.
You know, Jory does a good job at Grundy. And but now it's going to be different this year without Keyston on the floor. You know, Keyston was their point guard last year, and I think they're moving McClanahan to point guard now. So
McClanahan will be at the point.
Yeah, so I think we're all right there.
And you know, Kyle has continued to improve and be a force inside.
He don't care beat and bang on you down low, and he don't care to get beat and bang on. There's a couple of them there just don't care. They don't care to get beat on. So you got to have that attitude going into big games.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, they coming off a 16-7 season last year, and we were talking about emotions. When those boys does not execute what Coach Rife's telling them, you know it. I knew it at halftime a couple times last year when I would step outside, and you can see it when they come out of the locker room.
You can hear it through the window, couldn't you?
Yes. When they come back out, they played like they had a fire lit under their rear end, and they have.
Yeah.
You had mentioned Ethan been changing around. We're not going to see Keyston there this year, but I was watching last year that Jackson deal. Jackson finished up the season last year was just all over the place. I enjoyed watching him. And then you take Ethan McClanahan. I don't know what the other kids have done, but Ethan has dedicated himself to ball like Ella has running, or Keyston and stuff. I mean, he went down to Barbados or something this past year, playing for
with
the
the
United
US team.
States. And he's a good ball player. So I'm so anxious to see Ethan back out on the court. Who is new? Do you know anybody that's new to the team this year that Jory's going to be dealing with?
I don't know anybody that's new to the team for Jory to deal with, but I do know there are going to be some younger kids like White. I don't know if they're going to bring him up or not, but I would. He's a freshman. He's tall, and if he plays basketball, I'm pretty sure he does play basketball. Hopefully he will this year. But whoever they got come up off the JV team will be ready because they work out together the same practice. So Jory kindly oversees both sides of the ball. Of course, you got Greg McClain helps his assistant coach for varsity, and you got, I call him Bebo. I mean, that's all everybody calls him from Hurley.
Mark,
So and he coaches the JV team and does an excellent job. So I just think there won't be no surprises, Rodney.
I know Rodney got to see a little bit of middle school basketball, doing real good there too. I know you mentioned the middle school girls team.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Very impressed.
That
did you get a chance to see the boys as well?
No.
Okay.
No.
The boys are very impressive too.
So the girls middle school, Doc has already had them.
Yeah.
He's traveled with them over the summer. And that little group, they're the real deal.
I love how
Samantha's doing a great job
Oh,
with
yeah.
that group
Yeah.
down there. I mean,
I love how
really
all
good.
around right now you've got these building to something within the next 2, 3, 4 years with a lot of these different programs trying to establish something for the future.
I know Doc's goal is getting up here to new school. He wants to be the first girls state champion coach. That's what he wants, and that's why he's building on it.
I can't remember. Do we still have Ryder this year for Grundy?
Yeah, Ryder Anderson.
I thought that.
Yeah. And see, that's another one down low, beating Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think it'd be a good basketball season.
Yeah. Definitely hope so with, it being the last. And, Buchanan County has a long, everybody wants to talk about the football and stuff, but Buchanan County has a long tradition of some really, really good basketball teams. And, and that's not centered on any one thing.
Nope.
Every single school has seen success. Twin Valley just at 25 years in, they have had tremendous success at basketball.
Yes.
Grundy, they're numerous great teams over the years, boys and girls. And of course, Council, Hurley, I mean, you can even go back to schools that no longer exist as far as Whitewood and the programs they had in the 70s.
Oh, yes.
And the Garden teams, both boys and girls. I mean, it's got a lot of rich history in basketball.
I agree.
And
yes.
Now, I'm not saying anybody ever comes out in sandbags, but this year, this year is. Think about it. Last year, when they come out onto the court, they knew that for the 25-26 season, they were going to come back out as Grundy players, early players, Twin Valley players. When they take the court here in just a couple of weeks for that first time, is that going to give them, are we going to see a completely different level of playing from some of the teams that last year, they missed the playoffs by a little bit, that they are going to come out and hit the ground running, so to speak, to protect that school's legacy with it being the last year?
I hope they do.
Yeah.
Anybody would think they would, wouldn't they?
I believe we're going to see a whole different way they play this year.
I think so too, Rodney. That's a good way of putting it. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Tim, I guess we'll move on. And speaking of Grundy, the Grundy wrestling team, which has, of course, success is unequaled.
It's crazy
through all the years. And you look at the 28 Am I correct? 28 state titles.
I think
and
we're
you would
28.
and you would think, oh well, they've been wrestling since like the 1920s when the school started. No, I mean this
87.
is something into the 70s
Yeah,
that just
78
to now, and you're looking at 28 state titles, and I don't know the number right off my head, but as far as individuals, that's one. I mean,
that's a question for Coach Pfizer.
Yeah, or Taz is really up on the history and stuff, and he can ramble these off as far as how many. I love seeing what he puts on there about, like, we've had law enforcement officers, we've had Navy SEALs and doctors and all these different things that the program has produced, and all the list of all these different colleges that kids from that program has went to, and the graduation rate and everything, and just what they've been able to do over the last 40 plus years is just outstanding.
It's such a different style of discipline that they learn early on as young adults that they take with them. I mean, it's
before we get into a preview, maybe have you speak on that. What kind of dedication and stuff does it take as far as this program goes that you've seen firsthand yourself?
First thing, I want to thank Mr. Robertson. Mr. Robertson, without him, this program would not have been even thought of. Mr. R was such a good man, such a humble man, and they took this wrestling club and made it where it is today, not only with great coaches, but they funded this wrestling program. And I can't thank him, God rest his soul, but thank him enough. And he always he told us that wrestled for his group, he always said, always give back to your community. And I keep hearing that in my mind, always give back, always give back. And I echo that to everybody, give back, give back. So to be a Grundy wrestler, you have to be tough, physically and mentally, because it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Kevin Drescher was my wrestling coach, and when he came in, the mentality just changed.
And you're not going to do it with 85-90% commitment, are you?
No, you got to have 100%. Kevin Drescher could talk to you, and it's just my experience. Kevin Drescher can talk to you, and he'd have you running through that wall. And you can't run through that wall, but he'd have in your mind where you'd run through that wall. Before every match, he'd sit down and he'll tell you. He said, before you step on that mat, I want you to run a movie in your head of what you want to do before you get on that mat. And he said, when you're on that mat, it's 6 minutes. It's 2 minutes first period, 2 minutes second period, 2 minutes third period. And he said, that's 6 minutes of hell. It's the very words he'd say. He said, I want you to go hard as you can go for 6 minutes. And that was his mentality. Then he left Grundy, and he's one brought Pfizer in. Travis Pfizer come in. He had the same mentality because they're University of Iowa. Both of them went to University of Iowa. And Travis Pfizer, he's a great athlete too.
Yep.
I mean, Pfizer, he just changed the mold also. I mean, Pfizer had to change it. Drescher was the type I'm going to technique you. I'm going to technique you. I'm going to beat you by smoothing your technique. Pfizer come in, he said, I'm just going to boil you around and throw you in whatever I got to do to beat you. That's the mentality how it changed. But that was great at the time because we needed to change like that. Drescher went to Virginia Tech, or went to Christiansburg, and then ended up at Virginia Tech. Now he's at Iowa State.
Yeah.
So grateful for that. But talking with Pfizer, as he came in, he stepped in a state championship team, but there's some guys on that team who's graduating. They're graduating, so he's got to rebuild some team,
Yeah.
He had Dresser's team just for 2 or 3 years, and he's graduating out, and he had to start. He's got to prepare and plan. So he's done well here, 30 plus years.
Yep.
He's been here 30 plus years, so he's done well. Taking the team, giving them preparations, and getting them ready for the next level. That's what I like about Travis Pfizer. That's another one. He'll wrestle you today on that wrestling mat if you want to wrestle him.
Yeah.
Just the way he is. That's just the mentality he is. So he gets out, he works right out with them. He brought Gabe in, his son. And that's the future of Grundy wrestling, or Southern Gap wrestling, whatever they're going to call it. So Southern Gap wrestling, that's the future. I think Gabe's going to be the future. I think Coach Pfizer's still going to be here, but I still think Gabe's going to take over slowly, as he should, because his daddy's getting up in age. You know, not saying he can't do it. Travis can do it, but there's a lot of good coaches up there. You know, you're right, good coaches. But back on your question, it's got to be physical and mentally. Because when I was there, the whole team would get in the sauna. You flip card. We had 52 cards there. You flip whatever it was, you done push-ups. Every one of them, all 13 of us. Back then, it was 13. We go through that deck of cards, and dresser would get us out, and he'd have hot, cold showers. You walk through them hot, cold showers, get right back in that sauna and do it again. I've seen him cry. I've seen him want to quit. But there was never a guy walk out of that sauna until we all did.
Yeah.
That's how you form your team.
And you know, it seemed like, now just because you're, say, a great athlete at Grundy, and you're like, well, I'll try wrestling, that does not always equal out, does it, Tim?
No, it's...
That great Grundy athlete is not necessarily always that great Grundy wrestler.
No.
Because it's not worked out for everybody.
No, and...
Because it takes a commitment far more greater than what you're used to in any other sport.
It takes a commitment, and with that commitment, you got to give up food.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. You got to give up food.
That's the one thing I think that would affect most.
It's hard. I went to school before and ate a turkey sandwich and drank 8 ounces of water for lunch, so I can make weight. I came out of football weighing 220. I was a tailback, fullback. Dresser said you're cutting 160.
God.
Oh my God.
Back then you could do that. Now you can't. They do the fat test and everything. But he said, you're cutting 160. I want you at 160. I said, if that's where you want me at.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, I made it.
Unfortunately,
It was hard.
I've not got that commitment.
You
right
can ask my wife. We'd go out on dates and I'd eat popcorn or something like that. But now she wouldn't eat if I couldn't eat either. But we'd go check our weight. We'd get there about 2 hours early before we wrestle, so we check our weight and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can float pounds off you, during the night. Just float it off. That's weird, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's weird to say it. Taking a dump. And we got it down to a T. Take a dump or pee. You can get so many, a half a pound or a pound. So we always got it all down to the scientists of it.
And it's not like you get to that, woo,
No.
I'm there.
You gotta
no,
stay.
you got to maintain that.
Well,
And that's where the commitment comes in.
we weigh in, and if you're a pound under or 2 pounds under, you drunk water to get on weight. Then you weigh in. You made weight. Then before you ate anything, he had us drinking a gallon of water. Put that back in our system. And then we eat carbs. They wasn't going around eating Reese cups. No, you didn't eat Reese cups. You didn't eat pizza. No. Usually time we weighed in Grundy, he'd have us at there's a Rainbow at the time, where the Eagle's Nest is.
Yep.
And then we'd go upstairs, we'd eat pancakes or eggs or something like that. Then we'd go wrestle. It's just different. It's a different atmosphere. A wrestler, can anybody do it? If you got it right here, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
But it takes it right here, and you can't break down.
I think that's the one thing that separates it, because, if you're a great runner or you're a big defensive lineman or offensive lineman, you've got that physical thing. Every one of them's got it, but not every one of them's got it up there.
Right. It's different, man. I'm gonna tell you, I loved wrestling.
That's the one thing that separates them.
And they don't have to go week to week wondering, what's my weight? Have I ate too much?
No.
It's just
a lot of
show up,
times put
snap
more
the
on.
ball and play football.
Yeah, no, it's not like that in wrestling, because I've talked to a lot of our wrestlers last week of football. I start talking to them, what you weigh in? They tell me, where you trying to cut? Where you gonna cut to? And they tell me. I said, well, you'll make it. There won't be no problem.
And it's probably nowhere near what you
No,
to do.
but now there's people done more than I had to do. Eric Kendrick, Shane Bowman. Shane Bowman's 4-time state champion. he wrestled 103. I see him cry every day in practice because he didn't want to cut weight. But he did it because his team building.
Yeah.
The team got around him. You know, Eric Kendrick, 3-time state champion.
I know I've seen looking at a lot of these previous state champions, and you know you'll look and they'll be at one weight, and then next year they'll win the state title and they'll be at another weight, and then next year they might be at a different one. Do you recall? And I don't know if you would know this right off. Are there anybody that's able to do that consistently through 4 years, be able to keep that same weight? Or is that not something that normally happens?
See, usually time
you normally win at different.
Yeah, if you're a little guy, 103 was the Shane Bowman, and I don't think he won. He won it there, but I don't think he won all 4 there.
Yeah.
I think they moved up like 112 to 119. But it's hard to keep it down after you start growing a little bit.
Yeah, but the bad thing is that guy you defeated at this weight, more than likely he's going
to move too.
He's going to move up to the next weight as well.
Yeah, that's what I like about Mr. Robertson. He brought in the #1 coaching staff, and his motto was, if you're going to be the best, you got to wrestle the best.
You know, it almost sounds like wrestling. You know, my son graduated from Tech with a degree in human nutrition, food, and exercise. It almost sounds to me like a good program would almost need like a nutritionist.
They would. But that's where Coach Pfizer comes in, and Kevin Dresser came in. That's where them guys come in because, I mean, we used to eat Pop-Tarts, oranges, and apples, bananas, you know, stuff like that. And we never did eat pizza. I mean, every now and then we'd have pizza, but that was a treat.
Yeah.
You know, during the season. But I'm just so thankful. And it's just not only the wrestling. I mean, I had great football coaches too that made me where I'm at today. But I'm so thankful for Mr. Robertson.
Kind of wonder after, you know, like in high school, like you play a basketball game at Garden or whatever, and you come back through and we're swinging in right there, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, Long John's, KFC at the time. What's that situation like coming from a wrestling thing? I mean,
I hate to smell grilled chicken. I hate to smell grilled chicken. So after you wrestle, you can eat.
Yeah.
You can eat if you want to eat at Pizza Hut and stuff, but you know that's just something else you got to look at next weekend.
That's something you're going to have to battle next week.
You got to cut it back off. But wrestling is a sport that absolutely works everything in your body, every muscle, even your brain.
Oh, yeah.
Even your brain. I love wrestling and love it today. I love watching it. And I can't wait till it starts. But now I've seen people cry because they get defeated and they put so much heart into it. I've seen so much overjoy because they've done something that they won at. But once you're a wrestler, you're always a wrestler.
Yeah.
Once you're a Grundy wrestler, you're always in that family of Grundy wrestling.
Yeah.
No matter if it's 40 years ago or today. Once you're a Grundy, and it'll be the same thing up here at Southern Gap because it's the same people's going to be right here. Once you're in the family, you're in the family.
Yeah.
You know, Raymond Webb is probably one of the best men, wrestler, Christian. He goes the extra mile picking people up that don't have rides, or taking them home. And it's just not him; it's others that always give back. They always give back.
You know, I've always thought that was a great thing because, you know, I was talking to my wife a while back that, you know, I just took it for granted when I was little that, well, Dad worked and Mom didn't drive, so there's not even a reason to even bring up the subject.
Right.
You know, so I didn't play football. I didn't play basketball. And, you know, it's not like I'm trying to shoot a shot at them because of that I didn't get that opportunity or whatever. You know, I just figured that it was probably best, you know, not only because of the driving situation, but also income, you know. And it's something a kid would think that way, but I've always been that way. But it's nice to know that they are like coaches and stuff that go above and beyond what their job description is and go and pick up these kids and, you know, give them a ride and everything like that. I mean, because without that, there's some that would never get that opportunity.
And that's something Mr. Robertson wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure everybody had the same opportunity.
Yeah.
If you want the opportunity, he wanted to make sure you had it.
And, you know, all these opportunities of these kids that's got to go places that some of them probably would have never imagined they would have been to. Because, I mean, God, where's just some of the places you went?
Oh gosh, well I've got a story I want to tell you. One guy that I can remember, and he's a great man. His name is Greg Stiltner.
Yeah.
Didn't have a home life. Dale Cox started him in the wrestling program. State champion, 2-time state champion, great wrestler. Went to University of Iowa and wrestled for University of Iowa. And then turned right around, he owns his own business now, Stiltner Electrical. He owns his own business. Great guy. But Greg, if it wasn't for the Grundy Wrestling Club and Mr. R, Dale Cox, Jim Wayne Childress, Ben Ward, Kevin Dresser, those guys, he would have been slipped through the cracks. That's just one. 3-time state champion.
I was thinking it was 3, 88, 89, 90. Look at this.
I know, it's unreal how many state champions.
At least.
So, 3-time state champion. He went to University of Iowa, wrestled, got a degree. Now he's doing well. He owns an electrical business and he's doing well. I talked to him every little bit on the internet and stuff, on Messenger and stuff, because he lived right above me. And I knew what kind of life he had. Done well for himself. And it wouldn't happen without the Grundy Wrestling Club.
Yeah.
Mr. R. Would not have happened.
Oh God, I can just imagine how many stories
I've got
of people that if you just take that away from their past and you take that side of their life away, would they have been where they are now?
You'd have a whole different person, I bet.
Like
I
you
don't
could
think
go
so.
back and sway them away from Grundy Wrestling. What would they have became?
Well, I'd hate to say.
Yeah.
I would hate to say, because Grundy Wrestling Club is a good program, man. It is an awesome program. And I'm so thankful just to be a small part of the family. Sure am. But I like to go over the schedule.
Yeah.
If you don't care. I can sit here and talk. I'll sit here and talk about Grundy Wrestling all night long.
Well, I've got a question about it before we get done.
Go ahead.
No, it's not about this year. It'll be for the
New school.
after we transition.
All right. Grundy varsity wrestling schedule. December 6th, it's a scrimmage at Johnson Central. December the 12th to the 13th, Smoky Mountain Duels down in Gatlinburg. December 19th through the 20th is Bates. That's a Bates wrestling tournament over Wise, Virginia. December 29th and 30th, Hatfield McCoy over Pikeville, Kentucky. January 2nd and 3rd is A.G. Skeens Memorial at Grundy. We usually do that the 20th and 29th, but this Hatfield McCoy has been going on the last 2 or 3 years, and we couldn't get a lot of teams to come, so they moved it up to January 9th and January 2nd and 3rd for the A.G. Skeens. January 9th and 10th, Virginia Duels, that's huge. If you've never been there, that's huge, because they're high school wrestling and college wrestling. I love it.
Yeah.
Hampton, right?
Yeah, Hampton, Virginia. January 16th, 17th is Godfrey Memorial, Logan, West Virginia. I don't know why they're going there. I don't know much about that one. January 23rd, 24th, high stakes duels. That's big. That's huge over Wise. January 29th is Castlewood Eastside at Grundy. January 30th and 31st, Glenvar International. Invitational of Salem. February 13th is Super Region D at Grundy. So I don't know if they're going to do it at Riverview or they'll do it at Grundy High School. We'll find out. February 20th, 21st is state tournament, and it's back in Salem this year, so that's a big plus.
Yeah.
I talked to Tass a little bit today.
Are they not doing regionals on February 14th?
They're
That's the
doing
date I've got that you might have said it.
February 13th, Super Regionals.
Oh, okay. I've got it as 14th.
Yeah. I talked to Tass a little bit today, and he said they have about 25 kids out on the varsity squad. And I asked him about, they had a scrimmage yesterday. He didn't want to comment on that much, but what we've seen, they done pretty good.
Yeah.
He said, that's off the books. We ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, they're getting started, getting everybody down to weight. And once they get started, like I said, I'm going to go up there and get an interview with Coach Pfizer. And I'm going to hit the other coaches up too as well, but especially Coach Pfizer. And another thing, I'm going to interview all the varsity squad.
Yeah.
Each class, each division, weight class they're in, and I want to do it pretty quick to get their goals. Well, and I know what all of them going to say state champion. Well, everybody can't be a state champion sometimes. Sometimes you got to have another goal, or if they want to win some kind of tournament or something. Age of Schemes was huge.
I will say most of these I've not got up with Ellswick yet, but this is something else that we'll have on the radio for folks that cannot travel and be with them. We've covered it for years, and I don't expect anything to change this year. Mike Ellswick's always been fantastic to work with. Bill Krieger was good to work with. So that'll be something else that we'll be doing as well.
Yeah, so need sponsors.
Yep.
That's a repeat, need sponsors.
Yep. Do you have you traveled to a lot of these?
I have
yearly and everything.
I have. I try to stay active with them.
Yeah.
I love Grundy wrestling.
Well, I will say this: I have never, 28 of them. I've never been to see any as far as
Well, you need to come to Grundy for sure and watch your wrestling match.
Yeah.
Did you ever make any of the Reno trips with them?
No, I never did go to Reno, but I'll be going to Reno in
What
January.
are some of the places you went when you?
Oh, Virginia Duels. We went to Salem, man. Christiansburg, Pecoshin. You heard of Pecoshin?
Mm-hmm.
That used to be the big rivalry between.
Oh yeah, wait
Grundy.
a minute. I didn't know how that was pronounced. I think I
Pecoshin.
know what you're saying now.
Pecoshin,
I've
yeah.
seen the name on paper, but I think it's what you're.
That's been huge. Mr. Robertson he would take us to Iowa every summer for a 2-week wrestling camp.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about Mr. R. A lot of people, and he didn't want no recognition. He don't want nobody to know all that, but his legacy, what legacy has he left us?
Yeah.
Man, he's left us a huge legacy, and the Robertson family are blessed.
Yeah.
They are blessed to have that man as long as they had. But now when I wrestled, he was at every wrestle match.
Yeah.
He was able to come to every wrestle match, and Tass's mom, Bobby Robertson, she would take pictures. She'd sit there on the edge of the mat, take pictures of all of us, and made sure our family had them. Mm. It was just a big family. I mean, and it still is a huge family. But once you're in the Grundy Wrestling Club, you're in it.
Yeah.
I will say that they are still, you're talking about the give back motto. All I'll say is they still do that.
Yes, they do that.
And I know that for a fact.
Yeah, and they'll continue to do that as long as some parts of the Robertson or Becky Bartley. Becky Bartley plays a huge role. She was with Mr. R for a very long time.
Yeah.
She worked for him, and Becky Bartley I love her. She's done great things, and she's continued doing great things. So I cannot forget Becky Bartley because she's been there through the good times also. So it's awesome. I'm telling you, you need to come watch Grundy wrestling.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll try to get out to a few this year. I would definitely love to go to state. Never been there. So
well, you need to go. But
yeah.
now when you go, you got to get there early because it seats before.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured so.
Tim, when they transition and go up to the new school, I'm not trying to split hairs. It's just something that I was honestly curious about. With the football teams, you're looking at Greg Tester, his first couple years is going to have to look at his players are going to say, we done it this way at Twin Valley, we done it this way at Grundy, we done it this way at Hurley. And he's going to have to work to get everybody on his page to play in the same way. So when the schools consolidate and Southern Gap Wrestling kicks off, does that wrestling team maybe have a little bit of an advantage as that team expands with new students? They don't have to beat those I won't say bad habits. They won't have to beat other habits out of those kids from what they've done previously. They're going to be learning under what we've got going on right now. So is that going to give them a little bit of an advantage?
That will give them an advantage because if you want to wrestle, you had to go to Grundy. Mm-hmm. And we have kids from Twin Valley. We have kids that's from Hurley that came to Grundy already to wrestle. So any new kids that will come in, they'll just buy right on in too. But yes, just like you said, they will be advantage there because they're already wrestling.
I would think it'll be just like status quo because, I mean, I think it's safe to say that, I hate to even think of a percentage here, but a very high percentage of that team, of course, is going to already be out there this year. So, I mean, it's just going to be like adding someone from Hurley or Twin Valley would be no different than adding a freshman coming up.
You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be status quo for that program.
So at the Little League stage, and I still call it Pee Wee and Little League, but they've got different names for them now. At each school right now, they have a Little League program and a middle school program at each school. So that's going to help.
Yeah, I'm so glad that they got that started a few years ago. Because if not, you would imagine that it probably wouldn't be as good as far as with the ones coming in from the other schools as it possibly is going to be now, by having that.
I think, Rodney, you're going to have 2 or 3 come from Hurley that wants to wrestle. Mm-hmm. That will be able to step right in, and 1 or 2 from Twin Valley can step right in too. And I hope that's the way it goes. Yeah. The transition. And but to answer your question, they're already together. Because if you want to wrestle Grundy wrestling, you had to be at Grundy. Yeah. Brody Ford, he lives at Gessie Ford, so he already transferred over. So just little stuff like that helps. But
I guess that's about it for the winter sports coming up and everything. Any final thoughts on the fall sports season, and I guess what we've accomplished over these first 3 months and everything.
We learned a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
We learned that some people like us, some people don't like us, but that's okay. That's just what goes with it. I mean,
overwhelming. I've seen positive input from people.
I have too, but you always have 1 or 2, and that's fine. I mean, they're entitled to their opinion, and we want you to have your opinion. But on the other side of it, I think we've learned a lot as a group.
Yeah. There've been ups and downs and stuff to try to get figured out as far as fighting with this sound, and we've literally fought with it for several weeks there, and I think we've got it lined out now. Of course, I'd like to be able to have mixture on the table and have a big system and everything.
Maybe that's coming.
Maybe that'll come in the near future and everything. Of course, next year the surroundings will be a little bit different. I've already talked to them, and it looks as if it's a go as far as using the press box and literally having 2 backdrops. Fall, you can have the field behind you, and you can just flip around and have the court behind you. So, Lord, I can't wait to see that.
It's going to be nice. I've toured it.
Yeah,
it's going to be nice.
But Rodney, any thoughts or anything about as far as you coming on with us and everything, and how's it been for you?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity. I told you early on, I still stand by it. I don't have near as much to contribute as what Chris, Tim, and yourself does, but I do appreciate the opportunity. More importantly, being able to highlight these kids.
Yep.
That means the world to me. It's worth it every Sunday to come up here, just knowing that we're getting the more light on these kids, not just for them, but some of the family members that can't go to the games. They're rewarded for how they perform on and off the fields and courts and tracks and stuff. This could very easily, I've noticed as the page continues to grow, you could be directly responsible for college offers from these kids and stuff. So I greatly appreciate it. I'm looking forward to see what happens next. We'll be talking about a different school next year, but good things are to come, I believe.
And on that, slowly closing in on 8,000 on the Facebook page. And guys, I don't know if you knew where it was before this, but it was in the 4,000 range. and it's literally gained that much in just a matter of a few months with the addition of the YouTube channel, which continues to grow. And I understand, I don't really look at these subscribers and think, oh, well, there ain't nobody watching, because I myself know for years and years, I just clicked over to YouTube and I watched the video. I necessarily didn't have an account, and you don't have to have an account.
Right.
So I know that there's a lot more going on there than what the subscribers tell.
The
and
analytics shows that this page is doing well, and it's reaching people. So,
well, I don't want to interrupt y'all, but there's something next week, the week after next, Thanksgiving Day, Macy's Parade.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I can't wait to watch Macy's Parade.
Yep.
Just to see Elijah and Lord,
Rachel.
Lord, she's going to kill me now. And just see those two be out there. And I'm so thankful for Buchanan County to be spotlighted from them two individuals to be able to make it there. And you got to look, they've got to go ahead of time. I think what they're leaving Saturday or Sunday, and they got to learn the music. Is that right, Rodney? Yeah. Learn the music and learn the steps. And
with strangers.
Yeah, with nobody you've never met before.
In a city you've never seen before.
Yeah. And they're going to be very overwhelmed.
With whatever weather they're thrown.
And I know that you've got a connection there as far as the band before you came on here. And then Rodney, we found out, has a huge connection with the band as far as being in the band when he was younger and stuff. So, I mean, I'm glad to have, you guys on here to be able to kind of help with that.
Well, Rodney's taught me a lot about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taught me a lot. And
I guess the biggest thing with you is, you've got a connection there.
Yeah, I've got my nephew.
You do have a nephew in it and everything. So, it always makes things a little more important a lot of times, and you can see things from a different perspective when you have family involved and stuff. And, it was kind of to go back to like running as far as track and cross country. I never knew anything about these until Lucas ran there several years ago. And I came up here and watched him run up here, which I'm shocked that they don't do anymore. But I came and watched him run up here. I've watched him run indoor track and outdoor track. And, one of the highlights of being a father and, his, stepfather, which I don't even say that really, is actually watching both of my sons win district in relay together.
Yep.
And, they was right behind each other, and, seeing them both pass off to each other,
it's pretty neat.
That was a great memory for me, for sure.
Yeah. But I just want to tell Rachel and Elijah, we're praying for you. I know it's going to be nerve-wracking, but you guys got this.
And then you had something else as far as the this past weekend, the robotics.
Yeah, robotics. Riverview Robotics they're going to state, so it's pretty huge.
At the middle school level.
Yeah, the middle school level. I'm happy for that.
That's bunch.
Awesome. Thanks to Kayla Cantrell and Taylor Burgess for all that. Their efforts are putting into that Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, it's good.
Congratulations to them and best of luck, definitely, on that.
Yeah, I think she told me like it's in January.
Yeah.
So the state's in January.
So wow.
It's long. It's a long, she said, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, I guess to get prepared and everything.
Yeah.
But Rodney, you got anything? I know you've mentioned about the sponsorship.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you see me and Tim and I come and open your doors, talk to us. It's not for us. I promise it's for the kids. I will reiterate again, I do not make one dime off of doing these games. Neither does Tim. Nope. So it is for these kids. It's their final year.
Yep.
You all graduated from your respective alma maters. These kids, it's the last year. So
open your doors and open your wallets.
Open doors, open wallet.
But we'll be taking a little bit of a break, I guess. As far as the weekly podcast, this right here, I think maybe during that little bit of a break, I think Tim will have his first Matt side with Tim. And I think Chris might have a episode
courtside
of courtside planned. And I've got a few things in the work with some former
Yes.
legendary, we'll say that, coaches
Wow.
of the county that I'm going to try to sit down with. Still got to work all that out. The bad part about it is a lot of times I want to use certain facilities and I got to try to work around practices.
Yep.
I've got one former girls basketball coach from years ago that I'm going to sit down with, but I'm wanting to do it at the Grundy gym, but I have to kind of work around practices, and I've talked to Coach B about that, and possibly going to have to do that maybe like on a Saturday or a Sunday to where,
Yep.
practice goes on during the week, but we'll definitely let you know more about that when we get that nailed down. And I guess that's it for this week. Like I said, we'll be on break for a couple weeks until winter sports start. And
Hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving.
oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Everybody.
You as well, and everybody out there watching as well.
Yeah, hey, drop.